Last episode, I promised to put the 7 timelines side by side. So here they are, all 7 at once, and here is what falls out of them. Across this series I have been building a map. Every practice I could name, from desk checking in the 50s to agent orchestration this year, each one filed under the problem it actually serves. It came to 101. That map is one person's judgment rather than a survey, so I am putting the numbers on screen for you to argue with. Start with the dead, because 8 practices on that map are properly gone: JAD workshops, case tools, heavyweight UML, COCOMO cost estimation, desk checking, Fagan inspections, chief programmer teams, and waterfall phase gates. Serious practices, all of them, taught and mandated and audited in their day. Now look at what actually happened to each one, because this is the part that matters. Not a single one died because the problem it served went away. Fagan inspections died into code review, so the ceremony went and the function thrived. Desk checking died into automated tests, because compute got cheaper than careful reading. Cost estimation died into story points, and then into arguments about whether to estimate at all, while the question of what we can afford never left the room. Every death on that map is a replacement, never a retirement. Episode 2 made that claim as an argument. Nothing in software has ever died of problem death. This is the receipt. Then there is the pattern I did not expect. Of the 8 practices in the graveyard, 7 served exactly one problem. Only one of them served 2. Meanwhile, the practices you could not imagine giving up all serve 2 or more at once. Version control is evolution and coordination. Code review is verification and coordination. Continuous integration is verification and evolution. Refactoring is complexity and evolution. Test-driven development is intent and verification. That gives you a rule of thumb worth more than any methodology. A practice that serves one problem is a ceremony, and when the fashion turns it has one leg to stand on. A practice that serves 2 is load-bearing in 2 places at once, and something has to replace both jobs before it can go. It also explains the methodologies. Extreme programming, Scrum, DevOps, none of these are practices. They are bundles of practices spread across several of the 7 problems, which is why they arrive and depart as whole packages rather than one piece at a time. And it explains the thing that always bothered me about them. Saying we do Agile never guaranteed that any particular problem was actually being served. It named the bundle, not the job. Now run the rule forwards. There are 13 AI-era practices on my map, and 4 of them serve 2 problems each. Evils are specifications, which is intent and verification. Context files, which are complexity and coordination. Human review budgets, which are trade-offs and verification. Shared context as team memory, which is coordination and complexity. Those 4 I expect to still be here in 10 years. The single-purpose ones, the prompt tricks and the one-shot judges, I expect to be absorbed into tools or quietly dropped. That is a prediction rather than a description, and you can hold me to it. One more, because it surprised me. Documentation has been on this map since the beginning, always active, always quietly resented, always the first thing to go stale. It has just been handed the one thing it never had, which is a reader that acts on it. A context file is documentation with teeth, and after 50 years of being the chore nobody defends, docs are having the best decade of their life. So here is the practical version. You are not attached to your practices, you are attached to what they do for you. Take any ritual on your team and ask which of the 7 problems it serves. If the answer comes easily, defend it, because it is doing real work. If nobody can answer, you have found a ceremony, and ceremonies are exactly what a shift this size clears out. Because the batch of practices being replaced right now is the largest in the history of the field. Next episode, why this shift really is bigger than the internet, and why that is not the disaster it sounds like.